What happened? What's up? What's up? Are we live? Here we go. Are we live? Hold on, let me. Let's see. It is. Here we go. All right. What's up? What's going on? Yeah. Welcome, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. Your only friend these YouTube streets, Puertorock77. And just like as I promised yesterday, we about 4 minutes away from the marathon gameplay reveal. You know what I'm saying? So, I haven't done a live reaction reviewing in a minute. A lot of the stuff is usually not that good, so I'd be like, I'll just record it. But you know what? I'm doing it for you guys, right? And I'm not even a multiplayer guy. But this is Bungie. This is like a big deal, right? You got Bungie, this is the next big thing for them. So we'll see how that goes, all right? Listen, the one thing we can admit, Bungie overall has been a good developer. Now, questions are if, who's the development? Are the developers still there? The developers that took over, do they still have that magic? I mean, there's so many questions. But this is the gameplay reveal, the world review. We'll see how it is, right? We starting off with the super chats. We got Craig the tech guy. He says it's a marathon of cheek busting. It's early in the morning, Craig. I mean, it might be afternoon for you, but it's early in the morning for me. Too early for cheek busting. Donnell Brown. Shout out to you, member, for 36 months, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you. You see Nintendo dudes talking about power now? Oh, yeah, we talked about it yesterday. It's hilarious. Let me show some receipts, Donnell. Did you know Cyberpunk 2027, the target is 1080p 40 in dock mode? That's their performance mode. They can't even get 1080p 60. It's 1080p 40. 720p 30 in portable mode, which I get, right? In portable mode. But I think that's not even up to what Steam Deck and Asus ROG does, right? Because Asus ROG, they're 1080p, obviously in portable mode, right? I don't know. Bro, it's wild down now. Shooters, and they try, and they had the nerve. Nintendo fanboys have the nerve to even try to compare the Switch 2 with PS5. Like, listen, at best, check out Xbox Series S. Do that one. And I think you'll still fail, but at least that makes a little bit more sense. Go try to go toe to toe for that one. Don't listen. Don't shoot your shot in the draft for the NFL. Don't put your name in the NFL draft. Go do the CFL draft, Canadian Football League. Go there. The NFL, no, don't do the NFL. Your talent's the CFL. All right, yeah. All right. Tell the Nintendo guys, focus more on the Xbox Series S. That's what you need to focus on. Keep PlayStation's name out your fucking mouth now. You know what I'm saying? Will Smith. Listen to Will Smith. All right. Oh, here we go. They're initializing. Let me get the volume up. All right. Are y'all ready? Oh yeah, Indiana Jones, Ice Queen Gaming, Indiana Jones. Oh man, best console version. Ice Queen Gaming, P-Rock. I had to go to the doctor's the other day due to having pain in my legs, so my doctor gave me some spray. Like, is it like a medication spray? Hope for a speedy recovery for you. All right. Get the cheeks buttered. Oh my God, Mario. Craig is wild, bro. Look what he influenced. You know, I just have to spray it on my leg. Okay, but is it like for pain, or is it the actual medicine that does something? Oh, here we go. Be interesting to spray, but I hope everything recovers for you, Ice Cream. I hope you get a speedy recovery. This resolves your issues. Here we go, Marathon Gameplay Reveal. Everything looking good, chat? Please let me know if everything's looking like dog shit. Everything's looking crisp. Is it too loud? Are they too loud?
Hello and welcome back to Bungie HQ here in beautiful Washington, where we're coming to you live with the opportunity to share a little bit of marathon gameplay with you for the very first time. My name's Andy. I work on the social media team here, and we've got an awesome show lined up for you with a little surprise at the end that you're going to want to stick around to. So make sure to go ahead.
Is there good balance between my voice?
But no need to worry.
And now
you're
the
not going to sit here and
broadcast, or is it
listen to me.
like
I'm joined by some of my
am I
teammates
too
here at
low,
Bungie
too
to walk us
high?
through some of what we're going to be seeing today. So
You know what?
no
Let
time
me
like the
figure it
present.
out.
Let's get into the show. First things first, this gentleman here to my right, to your left, is Marathon's game director, Mr. Joe Ziegler. Joe, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much. Super excited to finally show something about our game, you know? We've been a little bit silent for a while, but we're hoping you'll have a lot of fun today.
Yeah, we'll have another video in addition to the one of just you in your office hanging out.
Exactly,
So,
yeah. I won't be talking for like 20 minutes straight this time, I promise, yeah.
So for anyone out there that may not know you or what you do here, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself?
I work with a lot of amazing people, some of the people on this stage, a lot of people who are sort of in the audience here today. My goal is ultimately to take sort of all the ideas that we have, bring them together into a singular experience, and help to deliver that experience as a single thread. So, just love that.
Thank you very much for being here today, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. As we go on down the line, we're also joined by a man who's been instrumental in bringing the worlds of both games and film to life, our franchise art director, Mr. Joe Cross. Joe, how's it going?
Shout out to the chat. Thank you for rocking out. Don't forget to hit the like button.
Joe,
Please share this out.
Obviously, you've got some fans here, but for anyone out there in the audience at home that may not know you or doesn't get a chance to work with you, can you tell us just a little bit about who you are and what you do here?
Yeah, so I'm Joe Cross. I'm franchise art director of Marathon. And, my job is to sort of set the tone and the vision, the visual style of this, reimagine this IP and this amazing game. And then, make sure that our world-class art team is set up for success. Paving the way a bit.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for everything. We're going to have a lot to dig into today, so thank you for being here as well.
Thank you.
As we go right on down the line, we have, without a doubt, the most important Andrew on this stage here today, our gameplay director, Mr. Andrew Witz. How's it going, Witz? Good. Witz, for anyone out there that may be just meeting you for the first time, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, Andrew Witz. I'm the gameplay director. What basically means is I had to work with a bunch of awesome people to set up what the survival sandbox of Marathon is going to be. So that's runners, weapons and equipment, and the combatants, the UESC. They're going to be hunting players on Tau Ceti. So yeah, what up to the gameplay team? Thank you all for all your work.
And of course, last but exceptionally not least, someone who you've probably seen in Bungie Vidocs in the past, and someone who's been able to help guide design here at Bungie since Halo 3. The one, the only Mr. Senior Design Lead here, rather, the one, the only Mr. Lars Bakken.
Thank you.
Lars, we're back.
You could say Marathon's back.
You could. I'll leave that to you, though. Well, for anyone out there in the audience who may not get that reference and is just meeting you for the first time, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself and what you do here?
Yeah, my name is Lars Bakken. I'm a senior design lead on the Run team. Shout out to Run team, everyone that's out there right now. A lot of fans out there. So the run team is consisting of, we make the maps, so the zones that you're going into. We make the activities, so we take some of the cool stuff that Andrew's team, we remix it, we add the UESC in, we make them real difficult on purpose. And then we also have the contracts team, which are the factions, the corporations that players are sort of doing deals with because they're mercenaries. And that gets a little bit down into sort of the missions and everything. And so that's the stuff I hopefully make everyone proud with.
Well, we'll get into that here very shortly, but no, thank you all for starters all for being here. Before we get started as well, a quick reminder, do yourself a favor, make sure you've got your Bungie and your Twitch account linked to make sure you don't miss out on the Twitch drop that's going on right now. And if you also go ahead and subscribe to any channel in the Marathon directory, you can get a special little cat badge next to your name to go ahead and show everyone that you were here today. So go out there, find a streamer you haven't found before, and make sure and drop a sub out there and share the love. And also, if you have dropped your sub here on Marathon the Game, worry not, that money all goes to the Bungie Foundation, so thank you for helping us help them do some good out there. And now we have a big show again lined up. We've got some gameplay on the way coming up very shortly. We had a chance to go ahead and work with some creators and press very recently, and we're going to show you what they thought of the game. And of course, again, I'll repeat myself, but we've got something really great for you at the end of the show, so make sure and stick around. But again, the purpose of today is to show off some gameplay. Mr. Joe Ziegler, I'd love to hand the mic to you for this next part.
Yeah, so before we get started, obviously there's a lot to talk about today. We have a little bit of a taste to show you about what our game is about, just to kick us off, so we can put some images to what we've been talking about here. So let's take a look.
Good. I was like, are they gonna just talk? At least show us something so we could be in sync. Kratos, Halo, and Destiny.
But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours.
Man, Bungie, I gotta give them props. Bungie has this aesthetic. If you know what I mean, they have this aesthetic that just makes the environment, the world look good. Am I making sense? September 23rd. Wow.
All right. Everyone, first things first, you saw that correctly. Marathon will be releasing just later this year on September 23rd, so you'll be able to ship out to Cal City very shortly.
Snap.
And in addition to that, coming just later this month on April 23rd, we're going to be running a closed alpha test that you can be a part of. Now, as a quick heads up, this is going to be focused on North America, 18 plus only. So there's going to be a big chance to play up front, but don't worry, there's going to be other opportunities to play later. So to make sure you're caught up with all the details and you're ready to go, do yourself a favor, head over to our Discord at discord.gg/marathonthegame. And of course, if you're here in Twitch chat with us today, then you've already done yourself a big favor. Members of our community and moderation teams are going to be going out and looking for folks to drop codes to as well to make sure that you can get priority access when the alpha kicks off. So go ahead and keep an eye out on your inbox. There's no exclamation point drops or anything you need to do, though I'm sure folks will do it anyway. But worry not, you've gone ahead and done yourself a favor by being here today. But let's get into it. What did we just see?
A lot of death, you know, as first what we
started
saw.
a new poll.
But
Oh,
honestly,
man. I started a new
first
poll,
glimpse
guys.
of some of what's going on in Marathon. You know,
see.
our extraction shooter that we're creating over here.
No, but like I was saying,
it's got a little bit of
Bungie
everything.
has a
It's got
good-
some runners in there. It's got
I don't know how to
weapons
explain
in
it,
there.
but like the
It's
environment,
got some crazy stuff.
like those
happening.
details.
Yeah, a little taste of the weapons in there. You saw some alternate weapon
just
action.
good at that.
The flip scope is
They
in
were
there.
good with
so
Halo.
Weapons
They
are
did
gonna
it
do
good with
more than
Destiny.
just shoot, obviously.
And
It's
now-
a Bungie game. We gotta like really push things.
Marathon.
Yeah, a lot of runner abilities are in there as well. The UESC,
Dave Rock says
obviously,
that's
a
up for
little
you to
taste of the
decide.
UESC and what they're capable of. Yeah, a lot of awesome stuff.
And some fun world interactions too.
I don't think it's free to
there's
play.
That sequence where
It's-
the
you
shutters
know,
go down.
I
And
think
then
they're gonna
everything
keep the
goes
same
wrong for the team that's
monetary
in that
system
room.
that they did
but
with
that's,
Destiny.
yeah, it's pretty cool to see those
Like you
things.
buy the base
Everything
game,
goes wrong
they'll
being
give a
a
couple of free
Salisbury
stuff, but then a major update.
Mr.
comes
Ziegler,
out.
so why
a
are we
major
making
expansion,
Marathon? Why
then
is
you have to
Bungie
buy
going into the extraction shooter space?
I mean, extraction shooters like are something that are a passion of all of ours. Like
I
we
mean,
really
who
like
really
the
cares
idea
if
of
you play?
like
You're not a multiplayer guy. His
bringing
opinion
this
is
experience
nothing.
that we've all
Listen,
enjoyed,
I was a
which is
multiplayer
this
game
kind
once.
of intense
You know?
survival-based
The multiplayer
experience
lost
where
me.
you are frequently unsure of what's going to happen next, but you're on that adventurous ride of it. You know, it's like, we talk about it sort of like it's a horror story that's kind of unfolding before you, and testing yourself to see if you can survive it. And we really wanted to take that and sort of, I don't know, bring a lot more people into it. When you love something, you really kind of want to just, you know, attract others to it, and so you can have a bigger party with it. And so, yeah, we've been doing a lot of work to make that
I just
happen.
wondered, because I
It
played the
shows.
hell out of
You know, Lars, obviously,
the entire Destiny
Bungie's
1
got a
saga.
long history of shooters, but this is a new
I was
title
halfway-
together for us to dive into.
maybe
From your
less
side,
than
what's it
halfway
been
into
like
Destiny
designing
2. Then I
all
just
of
stopped
this?
playing.
It's been fantastic. So
Destiny
when
2.
I started at Bungie, it was on
But
the
mostly because it
multiplayer
was taking
team.
up a lot of my time.
And,
There was a lot of games
I
I
am a
wasn't
competitive person
able to-
in my nature. I
was just
really enjoy
able to catch up to.
PvP.
Once I stopped playing
and
Destiny, I
so
was able to
having to take
catch
that
up to
in
a
the
lot of games.
marathon game and think about
That's the thing
every
with
single
live service
angle
games.
of every design.
Like if you put in
knowing that
hours
there
and
will be other
hours,
human beings
you're not
in,
playing
around,
other
and on the
games.
other side of it. It's
know what I
just
mean?
been fascinating and really exhilarating for myself personally, and I also know for the team.
You know,
It's been really
And I
exciting
like
to see.
to- I like
and,
to
you know,
dip my
obviously,
toes
you mentioned we saw a lot. We saw some
into a
runners.
lot of games.
Mr. Witz, can you do me a favor and help introduce these 4 runners that are going to be available when the closed alpha test begins?
Yeah, for sure. We'll have 6 runners at launch,
So
but we're
calm with
focusing on the core
exclamations.
4 here for they're going to be in the alpha. So going left to right, we have Locust. Locust is our
I downloaded
soldier
Marvel
kind of
Rivals. I haven't
fantasy, our
played it
soldier
yet.
kit, all about push forward gameplay.
I
Right,
downloaded
the
it,
first
though.
one in, trying to get as
I
many
just haven't pulled the
picks
trigger.
as possible, right, against either the UESC or other players. Next, we have Blackbird. It's very
you're still playing
reconnaissance-based
Division
kit,
2?
all
wow.
about like figuring out where players and enemies are in general and punishing poor positioning.
the Void
Glitch is
is-
like our agile disruptor kind of kit, all about pushing forward, disrupting enemy teams and what they're doing, and getting out and kind of having that kind of cycle. Void is our stealth boy, our sneaky boy, all about throwing down smokes, going a full active camo cloak into the darkness, getting some reses, and then taking some people by surprise. So yeah, this is our core 4 right now for Alpha.
Exciting. A lot of different play styles to choose from out of the gate. And even furthermore, Joe Cross, also, if anyone's not following Joe Cross on Twitter, do yourself a favor and do so. But you've been sharing some art with
Look at
these
them
runners pretty
Bungie
recently,
coffee mugs.
out there on Twitter with
You see the
everyone.
coffee mug on the floor?
You know, before the show, we were talking a little bit, and I've heard this come up a lot.
Something
but,
you
know,
guys may not know
have been
about
working
me.
off of this concept
I'm
of
into
graphic
coffee
realism.
mugs. I love
Tell us
coffee.
a little bit about what that is and what
Well,
that
you saw
means
my
for the
Thanos
design here.
coffee.
Yeah,
I got
it's
Batman
one
coffee.
of our
I got-
ingredients that
my
we've
wife
sort
got a
of
Tweety Bird
conjured up
coffee.
to help us define
Got a
the
lot of
visual
coffee
world.
mugs. I don't know. It's a thing.
For these runners, you know, the first thing we wanted to
Out of
make
all
sure
the
was
things
their
I
visual
collect.
fantasy reflected the gameplay fantasy
mugs.
well.
I saw that blue
And then we
Bungie
sort of
coffee
have
mug.
our you know, unique
I want that-
recipe
I want the
of
coffee mug.
influences and inspirations for the reimagining of this
Yo, the
world.
Thanos mug is hot, right?
And one of those sort of
That Thanos mug is
constraints
shit.
we've created is this idea of graphic realism, where we kind of reduce the
It's
amount
not
of
a
geometry.
fetish.
We limit
you
our
know,
materials. We use a lot of
I'm not
graphic
doing
design
anything
and color. And,
fetishy
we
with
sort
it.
of use it as a tool to onboard artists who are working on the project. And then it,
Wow,
it,
2,500
doesn't hurt
hours.
to have a world-class
Hey, but if you
concept
love it,
team,
man, that's really
cranking
it,
this
man. When
stuff
you love
out.
that, when you love
That's,
something
you
like
know, that's
that, you're
sort of
stuck on it.
the origin of a lot of these designs.
You know,
And
I gotta
you know,
admit, I love
obviously,
Destiny
the
2.
World of Marathon
I
has
only
so
stopped
much
because I was
legacy
like,
to it as well. You know, as a kid who grew up playing,
I need
it,
to
know
put
well myself.
hours into
But like, what's it been like
different
stepping
content.
into this world?
It's amazing. Yeah, for art geeks out there, the sort of the father of the marathon visual world in a lot of ways is this guy Craig Mullins, who you see art represented on the left started out as a fan, then got incorporated into the IP officially by Bungie, and so his legacy looms super large, and we've always tried to, pay attention, pay homage, make sure we were doing justice. And you can see here in the center, this is kind of a proto-runner we developed early in the process to make sure that, our sort of approach to graphic realism and style lined up and sort of represented that. And then on the right here, sort of an evolution into one of our actual runners here, Blackbird, with a similar fantasy and composition. So I think it's working out well. And I think we're doing
Man,
something
but the
new,
first original concept looks so
but also
visceral.
sort of looking back.
It's like a 3-panel.
You know what I mean?
On how to hold the spine. Right?
I would have liked the visceral one.
Yeah. That's really
But
awesome.
everything's so cartoony now.
Is it a spine?
I don't know. It could be.
Okay.
Right? Like everything's like
Excellent. Well, that said,
Fortnite.
if anyone out there in Twitch chat as well has any questions, go ahead and drop them in. We're going to
Does
try
that
and
make
answer
sense?
as many as we can. We're going to be showing
They
again,
showed
a
a
lot of stuff
little
today.
bit,
So if you've
but
got
like a
anything that comes
teaser.
to mind,
but
please feel free to throw it in there. Folks on the community team are going to be keeping an eye out. But we've obviously got a chance to go ahead and dive a little deeper. We've done some telling. Let's go ahead and do some more showing by taking a bit of a deeper dive into some more marathon gameplay.
Yeah, let's do it.
all right, more gameplay, good. All right, here we go.
Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter set around the mysterious and cutthroat world of Tau Ceti 4. You are a runner, a cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell with unique abilities and stats.
Oh, here we go.
Capable of both tactical and fast-paced combat. Here you'll fight in a crew of up to 3 players across a variety of zones and points of interest. You'll face rival runners in zones of up to 18 players, countless security forces, and otherworldly threats. To scavenge the remains of a lost colony for glory and fortune.
Hold on, let me do this.
The environments of Tau Ceti 4 are filled with weapons, materials, and equipment you can scavenge throughout the map. Before deploying, you'll strategically build your loadout and select a runner to ensure you're equipped for the run ahead. Your objective is simple. Get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive.
The extraction
Die.
formula.
And all your gear will be up for grabs.
But now,
Survive, and your loot can be taken into
overall,
future runs as you grow in power and fill your vault.
how is the extraction
It's
genre?
inevitable.
How you
but
guys
it's never
feel
the
about
end.
that genre?
Think quickly on your feet and outplay your opponents. And in your next run, you and your teammates will be the ones coming out on top. And even if you're down on your luck, factions can sponsor you with a fresh loadout, so you can get right back into the fight. Bungie brings its best-in-class first-person multiplayer action to the forefront. Dynamic and tactile gunplay, runners with unique playstyles, and customizable builds create highly dynamic and strategic team fights. Whether you're on a zero-to-hero run or high-rolling with powerful gear, you'll need to use your best judgment when you
boring,
decide
going for an
which
hour,
fights to pick and
Very
how.
niche and personally shitty.
Because no matter
Extraction is
how
popular,
geared you
but I
are,
like personally,
players
so
with
we'll be
skill
checking
and
this out. Is it popular though?
strategy
I always,
will always have the
I tend
edge.
to hear more negativity.
Marathon is designed to be played in
Extraction.
crews, with contextual pings, shared objectives, and down but not out. to streamline playing with your friends. Death is not the end. And if you're the last
Never
one
tried it before,
standing,
we'll see.
you can overcome the odds
Well, maybe
to revive your
maybe Bungie
teammates
will
and
elevate
get
the
out
genre.
with your hard-earned loot. And if you believe
Division
your
Dark
skills
Zones, I
alone
remember
are
that.
enough to conquer any challenge,
I remember the Dark
we give you
Zones.
the freedom to opt out of crew fill to take all the glory for yourself as a solo
I did the
runner.
Dark Zones Division 1. But to
No
be
two
honest, I
runs
didn't
in
do it
Marathon
much.
ever play out the same. With dynamic events, variable weather, and unpredictable players, you'll have to adapt on the fly if you want to survive. Each run has a time limit, and anything can happen while you're chasing your objective. Looking to unlock upgrades or increase your faction reputation? Slip into the shadows as Foy goes past your enemies. Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities without being discovered. Want to push enemy teams and steal their loot? Bring in Glitch with agility and plant and your strongest weapons to disrupt rival crews. Running support for your friends? Grab extra equipment, shield charges, and a specialized backpack to be the lifeline they need. You're always free to experiment with team compositions, and the only limit to how you want to play your runner is your loot and imagination. Endgame challenges, ranked play, discovering secrets, seasonal storytelling, community events, and more all await you in Season 1, where you and your friends will start to unravel the mysteries of Tau 74. Remember, you're only ever one run away from your next big score.
Yeah, man, they do know how they have good like all this digital aesthetics. Like digital aesthetics.
Let's get into breaking this down. So I think for starters, again, you know, as we touched on before the break, Bungie has such a rich history with Marathon. You know, Joe Cross, from your standpoint, facilitating this gameplay with your art style, again, what was it like kind of approaching this from your perspective? What were you looking to do?
You know, build on the legacy, the narrative.
They should have made the
Marathon
robot
is
sexy.
really rich and like inspirational, easy sort of inspiration for art.
They're not thick enough.
I also love just sort of having the keys to this car.
No story or
from,
single
you know,
player.
from this era, working on a game from this
Is
era.
this next gen only?
older
Yeah,
games,
I don't see
the way
this.
the games look from the
I don't see this
PS1,
being made for
PS2
PS4
era.
and Xbox
So
One.
there was a lot for us, and you know, like I said, paying homage to some of the great,
A very
sort of
convoluted
iconic
premise.
artists, of
The
the
story's
time.
basically you're a job runner.
And also, we had some
I
keen
mean, yeah,
eared folks.
maybe.
I think it's Joey
If you
Wolfinder
simplify
asked
it
if this
that
is
way.
Ben Starr. Yep, Ben Starr was the narrator of that piece. Excellent ear.
Looks smaller than
right.
Destiny. It looks less bland,
Well, yeah.
less ambitious.
He's almost an Andrew Witz, but he does his best. But all right, I'm gonna put you on the spot with a tough one, Mr. Joe Ziegler. Who's your favorite runner?
The brain might
controversial
cannibalize Helldivers 2 player count. You think so?
I play a variety of them, but I will say probably the one I end up playing the most is
We gave up Factions 2 for this.
Blackbird, yeah. Yeah, probably. Any Blackbird mains out there?
Well, Naughty Dog gave up Factions 2.
I like playing Blackbird because it's a great crew runner. Like, it's in terms of being able to provide a lot of information, provide a lot of support. It's also a great runner that's kind of helps to counter a lot of strategies that can occur, especially ambush
It
strategies.
is multiplayer, yeah. So
happen.
this is going to
Also
be
catch
on
Void
Xbox,
out of
PC,
position if
and
Void's
obviously
trying to hide.
PlayStation, right?
So yeah, there's a lot of utility.
I don't know if this is going to end up on a Switch too.
versatility
It might.
to how you can play it.
This could
Mr. Witz, I
potentially
think
be on a Switch
you and I
too.
share the same main. I got to ask as well. Who's your go-to runner?
I split my time between Locust. I'm a very push-forward kind of player, as Joe reminds me all the time. 'Cause I'm pushing too much too
You don't
often.
even have a W key. You just goes.
I just love to go
the
fast
4K
forward.
video
that's right.
YouTube is up?
And so, like, yeah, that
'Cause
push
I'm
forward
on-
gameplay that Locust kind of has, right?
Oh, the
You can,
actual- now they
the
have it
first try
loaded,
and get a
the game?
pick, you know, seeing somebody out of position, go with
Because the
that
stream,
pick.
they're
Also,
presented in
I like to play
1080p.
glitch a lot too. Again, like, I really love that disruption playstyle. I love just finding an enemy crew trying to trying to exfil, trying to extract, and then like taking like the arm cannon and just knocking them out of like the zone, and now they're trapped with me and hopefully my teammates.
I agree, Dave Rock.
Joe?
If they would show a whole match, we would have a better idea how this plays. It would be nice if they
to that
could
same end,
show
actually, as you guys kind of discuss the runners,
quick match.
Destas in chat asks, what's the pacing targets to the gameplay? Are there any movement or traversal mechanics?
There are a lot of
environment
traversal mechanics inside of the
player
game.
versus player versus
but
environment.
Your effectiveness varies per runner.
That's what the
Yeah,
E part
like everything,
means.
like we're making like a
When you hear
survival sandbox.
P
which means
versus
everything
P,
kinda has to have a cost,
PvP,
right?
or
So,
PvE,
like going,
P
you wanna
is
go
player,
fast, like if
E is
you want to go
environment.
fast, like Locust has like a super sprint, so to speak. Like they have leg jets that kind of come on to help you sprint even faster. That causes heat. So basically, it's almost like a stamina system, but we call it heat because we're these awesome mercenary cyborgs, right? Where like the body overheats, and so
I mean, it could be
this character
bots.
has,
It
like,
depends
some
on
mobility,
how
but you
they programmed it.
overheat
It could be
quite a bit.
bots,
So that's kind of the cost.
AI
that's
controlled
there.
enemies.
And so that's what pushes us into like.
I mean, I don't know how far they're going to use AI programming. I mean, AI, little by little, is taking over
more agility,
non-playable
so you can
character
go
behavior.
even faster.
You know,
right?
usually non-playable character
there's a lot of
behavior
cost
is
in the game in terms of
algorithm.
when we play some mobility thing in there.
Algorithm,
We really want
you
to
could
make
say?
sure. I mean, it's like, how does this affect the pace,
Now,
and how does it affect the
I don't know if
overall
they're doing it,
survival sandbox?
And to be
but
fair,
the
we're still
future
looking at the
is
alpha
have
builds. We gotta
NPC
balance
players instead of
a lot of stuff, 'cause some
algorithms
stuff is kind of-
controlling their behavior.
Kind of
Perfect.
sketchy.
You know, like if you do this, do this. If you
No,
do this,
it's,
do this.
no, we
The
have a lot
character
to
does
learn.
this,
That's why
does this.
we're
You know,
doing
like a
this.
formula.
Yeah, I mean, and actually, while we're talking about kind of those
There's
finer
good-
details,
I could see
Wits, I'd love to
AI
still kind of bug you a little
implementation
bit. In Marathon build,
where
build
AI
crafting
takes
is a
over.
big deal. What does that mean in the world that you guys are building?
Yeah, and so like the runners are essentially like a base, right? And so each runner has, they have a bunch of implants that you can kind of find that do kind of wild things, and like as they go up in rarity, right? There's a lot of stats, so you can increase your resistance to certain things. So like Tox is one, so you can essentially be poisoned, right, as our Tox, and so you can build up resistances to that. You can increase your agility. There's shields, obviously, to make you a bit more durable. We have cores. Cores are really cool. They basically give you like extra passives, and at the base rarity, like they have these kind of passives that you kind of play around. At the highest rarity, they are specific to the runner kit that you have, the runner you're playing.
Yeah, so the stamina
And
system.
what they do is they really augment your abilities
That's-
wildly, right? So you can, you're
I don't know
doing one
about
thing,
that.
and then you get like a core specifically for glitch, and now you're like, oh,
I
my
mean, it
double
does.
jump is a triple
Stamina
jump?
does
Like that's how
add a
much you wanna
level of
push that,
tactical
so that
decision and
it really matters,
playmaking.
and so builds,
But I don't know
are
if
the
gamers want that down to that level.
completely
That may not
the
be
implants,
fun.
the cores, weapons,
Having your character
weapon
tired and shit.
attachments. Weapons have like a pretty cool progression too. We have gold mods, which are kind of like the highest end of the attachment pool.
That's
They're
Misi.
essentially like
Stamina system prevents spamming.
exotics in our game, right? What is the exotic version of this Magnum that can do some wild stuff? So yeah, like really, it's the entire package together is what the build crafting experience is in Marathon.
That's super exciting. And actually, to that same end, we got a question in chat as well from, I think, Firex is how you pronounce it. How many players are going to be in each map?
Varies per map.
Yeah, it varies per map.
Got it.
The footage that people have seen a lot of, Dire Marsh, we support up to 18 players.
Excellent. Okay. All right. So going to be room for a lot of play styles. To that same end, I know we talked a little bit about Void earlier as well. Lars, can you walk us
So that's gonna
through
be
maybe
weird.
just your play style when you're approaching
Like
any
certain
of these-
maps,
Sure, yeah.
reduce the amount of players.
Let's go ahead and
I would
fill
have
up
preferred
I have to give
a more
away my
consistent
secrets.
number.
So Void is really fun for me because it leans
Like, if
into
you have
this
a map-
part of my personality that is like very
It only accommodates 12 players.
and so
If you have a map that accommodates 18
you know,
players.
if you go on a run with me, I'll
But
be
you do
like,
the
hey,
same
any
thing.
claymores you see, let me know.
I would have preferred a more consistent,
And I'm putting those in my backpack, and I'm
you know,
doing
a repeatable
crazy things
sequence.
like, okay, so Void,
So
Void
that way
has
you
a
have your crew
prime
and-
ability
I
that
don't know.
sends out,
I
I think you
we'll
saw
see
it in the
about that.
video, it sends like a wall of smoke that sort of like your home base when you do that. It's a portable. Because when you go in that, you become invisible. You get automatic active camo. So I'll do things like set that up to make people believe I'm doing one thing and then do another. So a lot of subversive things. I'll go in there and I'll claymore the inside, right? Someone comes in after me, they're gonna have a very bad time. But I also do things like I'll go to a place in the zone where there's high tier loot, and I'll claymore it up, and then close all the doors and leave, and be like, I wonder if anyone's gonna show up. And then sure enough, maybe 5 minutes later, I see the shield crack in the HUD, and I'm like, yes, I can go back and see what's going on. So yeah, that's how I like to play.
Yeah. How about you? How about you, Joe Cross? What's your go-to?
Well, if you know me, I'd rather look good and lose. So I generally pick the runner with the coolest helmet, and in this lineup, I think that's clearly Blackbird. As far as my play style, I'm typically just a decoy. So
It's like, Joe, go over there.
yeah, exactly. I am
Look
the
really
worst.
great. Over
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Just stand in the open
Yeah.
for a little bit. Yeah.
So that's the end of my run story.
Fair. Well, we want to thank you all for your collective sacrifice. We appreciate it. So actually, to that same end, obviously we do a lot of play testing here internally. Witz, I know you mentioned you've got a folder of some of your best plays, but what are some of your most memorable runs so far?
Some of my memorable runs are really when I think I'm going to be doing one thing, right? Like, okay, I'm going to do a contract. I'm going to be going here. I got to go into this room. I got to interact with this device. And I think it's like I'm safe. Like I'm kind of doing like a routine thing. I can get in and get out if I'm like smart about it.
I would have
really
preferred that they would have showed a
listen for
bunch
what's
of
going
a
on.
couple of
Like,
clips
there's no
of what they're
UESC
talking
around, there's no
about,
players around.
right?
And oftentimes there's another player. Like the best moments is there's another crew that are going for the exact same thing. And
mean,
there's this
them
moment,
talking
like, you're
about
to
it,
turn
I'm like,
the
all right.
key to get into a
Would've
locked
been
room,
nice
and
if
then
they
now
would,
your
like,
team is right there, and you're like,
Pre-recorded some clips
oh crap! Like
to
and
give
then you're
us
like,
to
this
give
is
us an
all-out
example
war in
of what's going on.
like a hallway that seems to be like a regular hallway, but now it's just like a
P-Rock,
it just
if
gets
Marathon
crazy.
doesn't
so I think
do
those are
well,
the peaks that happen.
Plus,
where
does Sony come
there's
in and
these
kick them
tense
down the
moments
hill?
You're trying to do something that lead to these
I
very quick
don't know
crescendos
what
where
Sony will do.
These mercenaries kind of going crazy, and like all these players are jumping.
honestly don't know.
Make it sound like you're playing so carefully, but you're not.
You know what I mean? That's
Listen, the tactics are happening fast.
Yeah,
up
yeah,
here,
okay.
They're
It's
going.
just processing power.
Over it. Like, yeah, the math is going. Like it's happening.
the one thing.
Improvisational, right?
This game is across.
It sounds like,
multiple
runs can
platforms,
obviously
so for
entail a
it to
lot, but we
flop-
also have a question from Sharky218. Is loot going to be just weapons, or is there going to be more for people to go after while they're out there in Tau City?
There's a ton.
That's
of
me.
them.
See,
There's
how's
a
that
ton
example
them.
of
there's
not to knock
implants,
it till you
there's
try it?
cores, there's equipment.
Consumables.
There's
Grenades.
That's true.
Yeah.
Talk about grenades.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people.
There's grenades. We have a bunch of different types
I don't
of
think
grenades in the
anybody
game,
thought Helldivers
as
2
well,
was
that you
gonna
can
be a big
loot
hit.
in the world. We have
I
valuables.
don't think anybody did.
We have backpacks.
Yeah.
Attachments, weapons, materials, keys.
And there's
It's
a
coming
bunch
in
of stuff
September?
too that we're just we call valuables,
Oh.
but like there's times when you're running
COD
low on money
usually
and
comes
you're
out
like, I just need to
around
do a valuables
September, October,
run right
November
now, and I need to
timeframe. I
pick
think
up these
they
things and
come
get
out in
money,
October now, right?
Into my space bank.
COD.
Space Bank, yeah.
That actually is a good segue from
September is also the month
Ballin' Hobo
NBA 2K comes
asks,
out.
what do I do with the loot when I extract? Like, why does it matter in the long run?
Yeah, there's a variety of reasons. So a lot of it was related
Yeah,
to
Helldivers 2,
factions and
that
contracts
Starship
system.
Trooper
Do you
theme,
want to talk a little bit about
they
that?
did it better
Yeah.
than the actual game. They really caught
We've
that.
got this entire system we call
Aesthetic.
factions. You're doing contracts. They're like missions.
The game is still
and You
alpha.
are being
Match wouldn't
greeted
look good.
originally
You know what? You're
by,
right. If it's still, man, it's still
AI
in alpha though.
representative,
It comes out in
because You are a
September.
mercenary. You don't really have allegiance.
It's gotta get into the beta
They're
soon.
going to pay you to do these jobs, and so they'll give you these missions to do. And as you're doing these missions, like Andrew said, sometimes you run into danger. But the cool thing about I think
Bright
a lot
Niche,
of the
good point.
faction, the contract
Live service,
system
you gotta
is,
have
like,
characters that
you could
the
complete
gamers,
download the
resonate.
agricultural
And
survey.
we have Marvel
from this
characters,
one area
especially
on
the
one of
roster they pushed
zones,
out.
and you're
There's gonna
doing
be
the
somebody
thing,
for
and
you.
you've sort of done it. So even if you die, you've still made progress there, which I think is a really cool aspect of that feature. But then there's also this other meta layer where, as you're working with the different factions, they allow you to upgrade
27 is
yourself
your birthday?
over time, and so you can increase.
Are you gonna get
your
Marathon
heat
for your
meter, you can
birthday?
increase your loot speed, things like that.
Oh, GTA 6, man. I
Because
wonder
they're
if
trying
that
to get
game's
as much
actually
loot
coming
as
out this year.
possible to meet the challenge of the world, right? Like essentially, you know, different missions get harder over time, right? Which means you want to have more loot on you so you can survive longer.
I'll tell you what, man.
You know,
if
just
GTA
in
6
general,
is announced this year,
like, you know, fight all the different, you know, hostile
it's
entities
a wrap.
in the world, like get through
It's a wrap.
there's a POI on a zone that's heavily fortified by UESC and all of the different units that are there, the snipers, the assault units.
this
like,
year, listen,
you want to be able to
thank
not only
God,
withstand that.
Lost
and
Soul Side
players.
comes
So
out
there's
in
a
May.
lot of reasons.
So, you know,
And honestly,
that's-
like a lot of
that's
the loot
next month,
translates
actually.
into things like upgrades. You know,
Ooh,
that you,
who's excited for
able to see
that?
Factions, but there's also
I'm getting Lost
a
Soul
in-game
Side.
store called the Black
It's
Market,
next
where you
month.
can use a lot of your
Oh, I
currency
can't
and things
wait.
like that to actually re-equip yourself if you go on a bad run or to upgrade yourself.
I'm wondering
if
if
you
I
need
should buy the
anything from
physical copy.
that space. So, yeah, there's a lot of reasons to get a lot of good loot out. I don't
I think I
think
might
I'm
get
ever
it physically.
short of reasons to get loot.
I think I
out,
might
but
get it
yeah,
physically. So I can have the case.
That just says something else about me.
I want the
I'm just a
case.
loot goblin.
Disc.
So sometimes
You know what I
extraction
mean?
shooters also can be seen as kind of hardcore and maybe tough to get into. What are some of the things that you guys are doing to make them easier to dive into?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things that we could talk about. One is we are obviously investing, besides doing a little bit more onboarding in the front end, so players can understand a little bit about what the nature of the game mode is. We're also doing a lot to make combat something that's a little bit more approachable, but also just equally as deep. And have pretty wide things, but I think
Lost Soul's almost here.
Yeah,
Finally.
we want to make, like, this is like a
And then
Bungie
Ghost of
shooter,
Yotai
right?
is
We
this
wanna
year
make sure it's
too?
approachable. We like nail those fantasies.
I can
Every
see
button
Ghost of
pressed feels
Yotai
awesome,
coming
right? And
out
so
like
really trying to bring
mid-summer,
that
mid to
kind
late
of,
summer.
like,
It's
the
got to
Bungie-
come
more
out
of the Bungie
before
action game
Marathon.
into like in this survival space where again
This-
everything
what-
kind of costs something,
the
right?
September
Getting
release
shot,
for
like,
Marathon
you're not going to have like a limb
kinda
system
hints-
where like
get-
you know your
kinda gives
limbs
me the
broken, maybe,
hint
but you will
that
like guns
Ghost
do,
of Yotai is
do
before
stopping
September.
power, right?
I can't
Which
see Ghost
they
of
can knock you
Yotai
out of
coming
sprint,
out in
they can
September,
slow you
October,
down,
November.
right? Status effects are still in the game.
I don't see Sony
and so if
staggering
you are hit with a chem
that.
grenade,
I
right,
think,
you're gonna be
I think
toxed.
this is a good
You can be
indicator
immobilized, right, which really slows you down.
that
You can
Ghost
be
of Yotai could be a
overheated.
summer
It's
game.
all these things, and that pushes you into using consumables and making sure you
know?
have an answer for these things that happen. So we're trying to make sure that you keep the depth of the survival game, but the approachability of the action game, right? And so that's how we're trying to marry that together. In addition to that, if you have some bad runs, right, like, and you don't have a lot of, you see your loot kind of going down, we have the sponsored kits, like it's kind of talking in the video earlier, where it's a package of gameplay items like weapons or equipment or maybe a shield or something or consumables. Yeah. That's kind of like the floor for what we think you can be really like you can be capable in the environment and actually like fight other players that actually are kitted out. So you're never feeling like the goal is that you can always clutch even if you find somebody who's completed kitted out in like really high-end gear, because that's your payday, right? That's like the beauty of the moment of like, oh my God, I took this player and oh, they have the best shield in the game. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hurts. I mean, obviously, gonna be a lot of good pointers for folks at home taking notes for when they get a chance to get into the alpha. But we'd be remiss if we also didn't mention how a big part of what we do here at Bungie is working alongside our community, which is why we've also had the chance since about
GTA 5, that's
2022 to work with hundreds of different creators in our community as well, to go ahead and get some of their feedback. So to those of you out there,
you might as well wait for the PlayStation 6 remaster.
They mean a lot.
I don't think
but
they do.
No need to listen to me talk about it. We actually just last week had a bunch of folks in here to go ahead and play test the very same alpha build that some of you will have a chance to join in on as well. So I vote I go ahead and let you tell them about it in their own words.
Oh, we don't want to see words.
You kind of
We want to see the playtest.
Got him, got him, got him. Down them all again and 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 again.
This is a new world. This is a different take on an extraction shooter.
No! No, they got out!
It's game changing. It is literally game changing.
This is such an exciting time for us. You are the first group outside of Bungie to playtest our alpha build.
That must have been cool for them, though. Did any of you recognize some of these creators? I don't know any of them. I don't watch streams of people playing games.
Look daddy up. Let's go. Okay. I am ready and up.
You know who Scarrow 9 is?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Lupo?
Oh, we are bringing some money in this time.
Agreed.
Oh, you looking around?
Any of those names recognizable?
Alrighty. Bioresearch is right next to us. You want to do the intercept?
Yeah.
You just want to grab that real quick?
Yeah, we can.
You want to get going?
Yep, medal.
That should be a good one.
I didn't actually. I've not been there yet.
Alright, at least we got to see them actually play, though.
So, for the gang...
So we got what we want, guys. We've been asking, hey, we want to see somebody play.
They're
playing it.
earlier that, like, drastically reduced...
Alright, Dr. Loophole, don't fuck this up!
I may have just exploded my kneecaps.
If you dash right before you hit the ground, you don't take
it saves it.
It'll break the fall, yeah. Happens to the best of us.
Let's see.
AI on the right. Yeah, more AI inside the, like, the little shrubbery compound everywhere.
A hostile unit is calling for reinforcements.
Sorry, excuse me, sorry.
You're good, you're good.
Okay, still heading the field maintenance.
Yep.
Oh, I got AI over here like crazy.
Oh my god, you didn't shut up. Are we killing them or ignoring them?
AI with a snipe up above is looking at me.
I need some bits ammo. You guys find any? There's a green punk right there.
There's ticks underneath.
I didn't hear anything.
Player. Down one.
I hit one for it to kill, but I'm
1, 2.
down. That's all of them. Actually, you want to do the HDD? Over here. Red looks like
Either way, I'm getting shredded right now, so I gotta
clear the AI outside first. They're just gonna beam us if we don't get rid of them.
We gotta. Yep.
What the? What?
That's a purple one.
Wait, the one is at fire like 5 knees. Oh,
The Grenadiers, yeah. They're pretty.
But I don't see them going after the objective or anything. They're just fighting.
Oh, one of the guys you killed had just been weapons on him. Poor guy.
Oh, mechanics hit. That's what we need, right? Just mechanical static effect.
I'm using it.
Oh, you have to pay?
Yeah, I'm inside with them.
Oh, those price. That. Like you have to buy it?
It doesn't take anything. You just get it. Yeah. I'm unlocking the box. Yeah, dropping in. Big ones too. They've got long shots in two. Oh, yeah. That's gotta be.
I played one shield. There's a loot up there who's absolute. Oh my god, I'm almost dead. I realised.
Where are they?
They're on the balcony, like south 200.
I got one knocked. Nice.
That's
annihilated, dude. Oh my god.
On me. I'm out of ammo.
Yeah, I would say it's a self-res
Listen, I made a promise to Jay Bari that I was not gonna make a prediction.
He's a fiend,
so I'm not making any predictions on this game. I keep my promises.
Don't underestimate this guy.
You will not hear a prediction about whether this game is gonna be successful. Is it gonna flop? Is it gonna be mid, average? Nope. No predictions for me.
You knocked one, I knocked another.
Jimmy Harrison, thank you for the super chat. Low solar side right here. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely,
good stuff.
man. Can't wait.
I literally only have a sniper.
Absolutely can't wait.
A unit is signaling for reinforcements.
Oh, heavy rounds.
The knock I had was way over here. I don't see anybody over there yet.
If I were gonna make a prediction, I would make a prediction.
Right there,
But since I'm not allowed to make a prediction, we would never know.
Okay. Yeah, he's holding the angle at a distance.
Sniped a sniper.
Yeah, right on me, right on me. There's player. On me. Very weak up there. I'm underneath.
I mean, the gunplay looks good.
Are they where we got down?
Knocked one. Coming. Got one left.
I take shots on the right side, like usually.
No, if they're close.
I got no tags. Oh.
There.
You got eyes?
Yeah, A1.
Oh, is that him up there? Is that him up there? Is he upstairs inside?
Yes, sorry, he was. Yeah, hear him. Or is that you, Sag?
There's a use that guy right there.
They were shooting something in here.
I think they kind of built a ringer group, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty confident.
They built a god squad, you could say. I feel like we might be the god squad.
That was good. That was a good run.
Yeah.
We got knives from AI and grab some guns.
We can go to field maintenance.
Yeah, loot container key. Isn't there one of those around here?
Yeah, it's right here. Where did I just hear that thought? Oh, I knifed one.
Oh my god, I'm dead. Yeah. Something's sucking me.
Stop sucking him! It's a purple shield.
UESC reinforcement signal detected.
I found a purple enemy. I heavy knifed it 4 times and had to dump a full mag into it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yay! I don't want the conquest. LMG. I should take it, but I don't want it.
But here, take
Oh,
this.
long
Take
shot.
this.
I'm saved. What's the question marks again? That are on the map?
Oh, I think those are the players, right?
Huh? Like
Like
this?
the cash players?
Yeah, I don't know.
Players.
One is broken.
Oh, shit, I was muted, my bad.
Purple shield, like,
Damn.
one.
I'm an asshole.
I knocked one.
When we heard the guy started yelling, players, that dude got frantic.
Prepare for increased hostile action.
Glitch is moving. Behind, yeah, glitches behind you at the moment. White shield, white shield.
Oh, she's scared. She's scared.
Down, down.
Man, you know what? We need like
very nice. I call
like
it
Hard 8 to do shit like this. They need to invite Hard 8. He'll be cursing everybody out. You stupid bitch! Fuck you do that for?
Yeah, I
fuck
want
you
the
playing. Get the fuck out, you know?
Purple. Here's a green on this
Purple
one.
shield. Who has that?
Me.
The big
This shit needs to
items,
be
the big drops,
M-rated.
the stuff that's like really high
Get like
value.
next gen
like,
and Hard 8 on
I have
here.
to get this out.
Doesn't matter if I'm playing Lucas or Void or Glitch. If I've got a better aim, I'm going to win. There's no other extraction shooter like that where I can have that kind of gameplay.
When people find out about some of the secrets and stuff, they are going to lose their mind.
Playing so far has just been refreshing, I'd like to say.
Refreshing?
Everything felt really locked in.
This being sort of the next full Bungie experience is an exciting
Oh
moment.
shit,
The
Jeff
game is
Keighley.
inherently fun. I just want
You'll never beat the Chargers, bro. That's our pony ambassador. Jeff Keighley, baby.
Obviously, having
That's our
those creators
pony
in was a
ambassador.
whole lot of fun. Getting to work with both creators and players alike has been a privilege. It's been a great time getting to set that up, and of course, I
We have
promise I'm not
40
saying this
people
just 'cause I
and
work
like
on the social
5
media team
people.
here. But if you head over to our YouTube channel, we have a
5
full
people
20-minute version of that.
talked about it.
So YouTube.com @Marathon the Game is where to find us. Also, same with all of our other socials, as long as I'm at it. But Lars, obviously, again, like we talked about before that video, we're familiar with
Hit
working
the
with our
like
community
button.
really closely. But have we ever done it this early or at this scale before?
So I've been at Bungie for a while now, since the Halo 3 days, and
Alright.
I think the thing.
So that's good. We still
even
got
since my
some
time we've
veterans.
been really good about is working with players, working with the community. It's something we take pride in, and on this game in particular, yeah, we brought people in, players in much earlier into the process than I think we ever have before, and it's given us really good insight. You know, we tell them when they show up, be brutally honest, because that's how we learn. That's how we understand what needs to change, what needs to get better, and I think it's been really great.
That's been a ton of fun. I mean, even again, like these folks were all here last week. You guys were in there with them. Some of you playing as well. What was it like?
Oh, it was super exciting. Yeah, I mean, like when you have a lot of there was a combination of players who we've been engaging with for a long time, and some players who were brand new, and it was great to see sort of like the mix of the both. Especially when you got to some higher level skilled players who just joined in and immediately got it and started destroying everybody, like you know, like Tens and Lupo was in there, and but yeah, you had some pretty awesome moments, didn't you?
Yeah, so it was pretty amazing to jump in, and I'm gonna throw Nick under the bus for a moment here. Like apparently he was on the team with Brian and Jeff Keighley, and they were not having success. Y'all were like destroying them, the creators. And, yeah, it's probably your team that was destroying them. So I was brought in as like a hired gun to help get Jeff through, and
thank you.
I did my job.
I don't know. How y'all feeling this?
Mission accomplished, Lars. Yeah.
Something that he's
I'm
used to,
interested- I'm
obviously.
interested to see-
Which also,
hold
though,
on.
you were saying you were observing a little bit as well, maybe not playing quite as much. What was it like, from your perspective, getting to see all these folks jump in and play the
Let's
game for
see.
the first time? Some of them.
I mean, it was
The
awesome.
chat.
It's awesome, like playing the game for so long, right, and seeing other people play the
Chat summary.
game
It
is just a great
says-
feeling, right, for like the whole team.
Let me mute it real quick. It says chat summary. Go back. Ah man, missed it. Can't get the chat summary. Let's see some of the reactions here. Worst game ever made. Flop. Well, let me just.
I
say
heavily
this to listen.
fortified
Fake
area
hype,
and watching
real-
the UESC
real
equalize
flop.
a little bit.
The game art looks amazing. The
So
art.
moments like that was great.
Like I said, the
There was another
aesthetics.
fight
Yeah.
that was like it looked so fun, but also hilarious, but also
Maracord. Oh,
so like really
no.
like it was like a great time, but also really tense. There was two crews that were fighting under the dire marsh map. There's a bunch of tunnels and stuff like that, and they were fighting in the tunnels, and the fight was literally like
No
almost
one cares
one by
about
one,
your
like 3 and
influencers?
3, like constantly moving towards each other and fighting in the hallway. The person in the front dropping meds for people in the back and changing positions and
The
that like, went into
Concord
like
Squad.
little vents as well. So it was like this it was this hilarious chase that was like it was super tense because you didn't know exactly whether you were going to get third party, and they were just the volume of the room kept on going up from those two crews because they were just like, when are they going to get flanked? There's another vent right there that could pop up from there, and they were shooting vents just like out of just pure paranoia. It was awesome to watch.
It's a good balance to strike, obviously, yeah. And you, again, we were mentioning you got to play. Were there any other creators you got to dive in with?
Oh, yeah, I was on a team with Valkyrie and Katamina, and we had a lot of fun. There was like a couple moments where we bunkered down underneath a greenhouse in the tunnels underneath. Tunnels are dangerous, and they were fun.
Haters crying, love it.
But we basically created like a little claymore nest down there, and so we're baiting them down into it, and yeah, it was pretty successful. I'm telling you, the claymore strats are good. Yeah. Don't sleep on claymores.
Apex Legends is what I got from this.
Lars is like, I know.
That's
so, you know, even in addition to these creators, you know, the legacy of Marathon's community goes so long and goes so
They're
far.
acting like this game is
you know,
something
as someone
unique.
who's
It's
played a
just
lot of
easy mode, escape from
ALF1
Tarkov
in the past as well
with
myself,
Cyberpunk
back
skins.
on my Titanium G4 PowerBook so long ago. Bringing in the ALF1 team was really, really exciting. You guys had a chance to work with them as well, isn't that right?
Yeah, I mean, it's super exciting to sort of connect to the heritage of Marathon, right? Like to keep that alive as we're sort of building this new world. And so working with the ALF1 team has been really awesome with the Marathon Classic on Steam. Is the release that they had, as well as the Marathon Classic 2, I think, is on Steam as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, both of those, it's like sort of connecting the threads.
My man David out here clapping. He's like, Concord wasn't made by Bungie. It's impossible for this game to flop with the fan base Bungie has. Don't like it, don't buy it. Keep playing Call of Duty forever. Oh, shit.
Re-envisioning in a lot of ways.
David in the chat.
Yeah.
He out there clapping. He
Actually, kind of
clapped
on this
back.
topic as well about the dangers of the world. We do have a question from Twitch chat. Are there dangerous PvE encounters?
That's a good
So
question.
you've mentioned
though.
that the UESCs
If Bungie developed
and you should
such a good
underestimate them at the
core fan
Can you
base
tell us a little bit more about maybe some of those?
that this game will be
threats that await
successful
players?
just on the heart.
Yeah, absolutely. There's
just
UESC,
on the backs
security
of
units
the big
that are out
community
there.
they
There's a bunch of
developed.
different types that do different things. So watch out for them. We also have ticks, which are these wonderful, surprising, explodey fauna. Yeah,
friendly.
they run at you.
Hug you. Yeah.
He said he's not clapping back. He's just
They run
shivering.
at you, explode on you, and you have to like, shoot the nests actually to get rid of them essentially. Otherwise, they'll keep coming.
Wait, $80
there's a
for the
bunch of
base game.
hazards and stuff.
Did
that
they
are,
mention
like,
the
gonna be
price?
on the map as well? Like
They didn't mention the
have a bunch of,
price.
like, tox
Did they?
rooms and all kinds of surprises that await players.
It says right here, Muse. $80 for a base game is outrageous.
And yeah, in the alpha there's a few, but
Did you hear the price? I didn't hear a price.
What's
We
the
got a lot.
scariest UESC unit to you?
the scariest
Yeah.
unit. The Ghost Commander for me, for sure.
Yeah.
The Ghost Commander. Their ability is like they go into active camo and they actually clone. They have a bunch of like clones that go out there, so you
Yo,
think
Faye Briswell, you're not lying.
you're not
This
sure
is
which
why-
one to shoot.
Oh my
and then
God.
by the time you
Listen,
recognize
to those voting, if I should
which
play
one
Marathon Day
is
1,
actually the real
there's a
one, that
caveat.
it's like, it might
You
be
need a
over
3/4
for you, but,
vote majority.
that's one.
That
The
means
sniper
yeses
also-
must be at 75% or
I
higher.
love the sniper as well.
Anything
we
under
really want to have these
75%,
prolonged sniper fights.
the bill
It's
doesn't
really
pass.
great, against the
It's
UESC.
a 3/4 majority
and,
vote. So
if
yeses
you
need 75%.
manage to really push them and they notice you're
No
pushing, they'll
75%.
punish
the
you
bill
for that
doesn't
too.
pass.
So, like, yeah,
I
definitely
forgot
be
to add that
careful
caveat.
of these
To the
units.
poll.
Tread carefully.
Not to be trifled with, right?
And the
Just to
recruit,
let you know, 3/4 majority. for
honestly, the
poll.
recruits, they have this rush down that they do. If you're not
No, I thought it was gonna be the standard 70
careful
at
and
the
knowing they're gonna
most.
be
You know, like
flanking you and rushing you down
the
from,
standard
like,
price
yeah,
for
we're purposely making
the rest
them
of the PlayStation games.
these formidable.
Like
foes
$80
that
base
you
price.
can't get treasure out of the world easily, and they're guarding it.
But I don't
They're
know.
doing a
Maybe
pretty good
maybe
job.
it's just
can't
somebody in the
ignore the
chat
data.
talking shit because I don't remember hearing any of these guys announcing the price.
Once they're on your set, you kind of gotta figure out a way.
Yes. Exactly.
Also, too, we've got another
Need
question
3/4
from
majority,
Shepsky.
Brian East.
Can a TV
Right now,
compose
yes is at
any number of
54%.
hunter types,
That's
like
not
3
enough.
Blackbirds, for example?
Me 75%.
Absolutely, yeah. There's no restriction on how
Me
you
75%.
assemble your crew. You can all play the same.
So
you
it
can
looks like
create a meme comp if you want.
the bill's not going to pass.
Or you can diversify a little bit, and sort of try to use each other's
the bill's not going to pass.
Utilities, but we've seen them all.
I don't think they mentioned the price.
Kind of the different combinations we've seen. Yeah.
But you may never know. Like those 3 different like players that are playing Blackbird, they may have very different builds and what they're gearing towards in Blackbird, right? Like they may be some of them like.
Rest in peace, Joe Rogan.
One of them may actually have implants that allow them to go in active camo. That's not a specific thing for a runner.
What is that about?
So we're purposely trying to make it so that you can diversify.
I did see the shield.
That's somebody writing stupid shit in the chat.
Basically 3 locusts in the playtest from last week. But yeah,
let's go. So again, obviously, it's been so much fun to hear you guys.
Concord trash, Sony go bankrupt. That's just PlayStation
the experiences
haters.
you've had.
It's obvious.
You've been
You
building a
could
world that's
easily
really
detect
ripe for players to
a
tell their own stories
PlayStation hater.
And, again, with the closed alpha on the way.
It's easy.
On April 23rd, as players finally get a chance, some of them to jump in. What are some of the stories you're most excited for them to get to dive in and maybe tell themselves?
So many. I mean, there's so many different stories that I think are that we're looking forward to seeing happen, especially ones that we've never even seen before.
Did they mention a price?
Getting onto the planet, like honestly, just trying to survive amongst all of the different threats that exist there. The dying, When our trail says death, it's death. There's a lot of death in the game. The learning from it, the challenging yourself, the getting back up and trying to do something new. It's gonna be exciting. I'm sure there's plenty of other things.
I'm curious, Mr. Cross. What are you expecting?
I mean, I'm had the fortune to launch Destiny and now Marathon. It's always amazing to put something out into the world that you've been working on, sort of in a bubble for 6 years or something like that.
There's no official
and have the
price
players
thing
experience
announced.
the visual world for the first time.
Try to Google search it. All it says is
introducing
rumors of
IP
it being $40.
into the world,
which I don't think that's bad at all. $40?
And sort of the culture it creates. Always excited to see like what.
That's not bad at all.
The fans tell us what the game is and what the.
I mean, you could pull a Nintendo
and what the IP is, and so that
charge
exchange is always amazing.
Yeah, check out the Discord. It's getting wild in there right now.
DEI game part 2, man. These fucking gamers, bro.
How about you? Anything come to mind on your side?
Everything's fucking DEI.
Really excited for folks to discover the
oh
content
my God.
and play.
That's just these guys are
Play
just
with it
sad
in
now.
interesting ways. We've been making this meal for a bit. It's just time to see folks play, right?
Yeah.
Like we've been making the sandbox for a bit. We've been working together on all the activities and everything in the world, right? It's just going to be exciting to see people react to it organically and learn from it.
Very exciting.
I'm also curious to see which runner will be the crowd favorite.
All right.
Yeah.
Are they prolonging the stream? It seems like they're just.
I have theories.
I know you have many theories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Many theories.
Chat, Discord, let us know. We'd love to hear what you guys are thinking.
Absolutely.
But that brings us to just about the conclusion of what's been a very action-packed show. So for
Good.
starters, guys,
Yeah.
thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate it.
Because I was like, yeah,
Thank you so much.
you
And
guys
thank
are not
everybody
just
out there. Like our team is
dragging
literally
it.
sitting behind these cameras here, and they're amazing. Like you should give yourselves a hand. For putting together.
Listen, the main thing. I'm gonna tell you the main thing I got out of this stream. I'm gonna let you know.
Also, there's there's an immense amount of staff here that has been super gracious and kind to come and help work with us on this. So just want to make sure all of you, let's give you a hand too. You've been doing an amazing job. Thank you.
That's right. So again, as we noted at the top of the show, coming up at the very, very end, we've got a very special surprise. So go ahead and do yourself a favor and stick around all the way through till the end. But again, a huge thanks, Joe Ziegler, Joe Cross, Andrew Witz, and Lars Bakken. Thank you all for being here today. And of course, again, to echo Ziegler, thank you so much to the entire dev team here at Bungie. Thank you so much for being here today. Whether you're here with us in person or you're at home, it's your contributions that make Marathon possible. So truly, thank you. It's honestly humbling to be here today.
Yeah, I don't know why
again,
they
of
keep
course, the crew
conflating
here, thank you all
factions
so much
with
for all your hard
Bungie.
work.
And
It's been
Naughty Dog
incredible
ultimately made the
seeing this
decision. They
stage
just
come
didn't
up
want to do
so
the
much,
game
or so quickly,
because they
rather.
didn't want to be a
So,
live service studio.
thank you so
I
much.
mean,
It's been a
that's-
gargantuan effort, and it's all thanks to your efforts.
That's the simplicity
and
of the
most
situation.
importantly, again,
They didn't want to
to all
commit
of you fine folks out there for joining us
to
today.
being a live
It's
service
such a
studio
privilege
to
for us to
support
get the
factions
opportunity
too.
to share what we've been working on, and it matters
That's it.
most when you
They
show
didn't
up
want
to
to do
join
it.
us. We know you have busy
They
days,
want to stick
and we're
to
thankful to be a part
creating
of it. So thank you for joining us
single
here on
player
this Saturday
narrative
morning.
games.
And of course, too, we got something fun at the end. Make sure you stick around for a little bit longer. We're going to be rating Scarrow and Mr. Raffle.
Well, yeah, they came to the
Milo
conclusion
out
once
there,
Bungie taught
here
them
just after the show
and
ends. So go ahead
explained
and tell them we said hello when you get a
what
chance to
you
drop
need
into
to
their
do
chat.
to make a successful
But
live service game.
as has
You know?
become kind of a tradition here at Bungie,
So they
with our
taught them and
streams,
say, hey,
we've saved just one more
the
special
things you need to
thing here
do,
for you at
and
the
you got to
end.
prepare yourself.
Now, we've told you a lot about the game so
Naughty
far, but
Dog
we haven't had a
heard,
chance to really touch on the narrative
they
just yet.
listened,
And we're really excited.
They
to
thought
make stories
about
innovative in the
if that's what they
extraction
want to
shooter
do,
space,
and ultimately Naughty Dog
both
said
in
no.
and out of the game.
That's not
And
something they
we'd
want to do.
love to show you a glimpse of that.
Whatever it took
So we've had the opportunity
to
to
try to
partner
make Fantasy
with
2 a
Academy
successful
and Emmy
live
Award-winning
service
director
game.
Alberto Mielgo.
Naughty
to
Dog
go ahead
wasn't
and show you
willing
just a
to do
bit
that.
of a snapshot of what life is like on
That's it.
Tau Ceti. So
It wasn't
we hope
Bungie
you
telling
enjoy,
them
but
you're not
in the
allowed
meantime,
to make this
take
game.
care
They just told them, hey,
yourselves, take care of each
these
other,
are
and we'll
these
see
are
y'all side by
the
side.
tools and the things that makes a live service game successful, the strategy behind it, all that stuff. And Naughty Dog came to the conclusion that to implement that strategy would pretty much take up the entire resource of Naughty Dog, which would prevent them from making single-player games. So they had a choice. And they chose, like, you know what? That's not something we're willing to do. They didn't want to commit to that. They didn't want to become another Bungie. Let's put it that way. Naughty Dog didn't want to be Bungie 2.0, which is make live service games, and this is all they're doing from now on. And that's why I'm glad they made that decision. I'm not disappointed at Factions 2 being canceled at all. Because if Factions 2 would have caused Naughty Dog to be Bungie 2.0, and now all we get is live service games from them, like once every 7 years, like things like that, nah. I enjoyed the single player games Naughty Dog makes. So I'm glad they chose to remain a single player studio. And what's this? This is weird. What's happening? Whoa. What's happening? Is it a virus? So the guy in the shirt had a centipede. One of the developers on stage had a centipede shirt. So what's going on here? Some weird shit right now.
From an antique land who said, two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that did sculptor well those passions red which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, lifeless thing that mocked them. And the heart that fed, and the heart that fed.
Welcome once again. Once again. How's the new shell? How's the new shell feeling?
I mean, it feels just like what it is, right? Like $1 trillion.
Like $1 trillion. Sakaguchi Genetics sent a reminder. Your shell repayment is coming up and will be charged against your line of credit.
Yeah, I know.
Yo, you gotta be on acid to play this shit.
This time, got a big contract waiting down there. So
Understood. Let's proceed with your grounding exercise. Are you familiar with this item?
That's my lucky charm. Yeah. It's supposed to be my
lucky charm.
Can you identify her?
Yeah, that's my mom. That's your mom.
Now, consider this. Do you recognize this child?
There's Hoovy. No one told Naughty Dog to make factions. Well,
I don't know.
I think Sony did. And that was a huge mistake.
Really?
Factions should have launched with Last of Us 2. Like the first, I agree. It should have been a basic Factions 2 multiplayer. But man, the live service movement just messed everything up. It just changed the landscape of multiplayer.
Hey, what's that you always tune into? Worth anything?
I don't know, but I like it. It speaks to me.
Let me listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
You ever wonder what happened?
No, Naughty Dog could have launched it and laid the groundwork for another team to expand on it. No, Plo. Absolutely not. Not even
You'll have a
close.
tough time finding a
The problem
buyer.
is, Plo, you're not listening to what Naughty Dog said because you don't want to listen. Naughty Dog said that Naughty Dog is one of PlayStation's largest studios. So if they're telling you that if they would have went with Factions 2 and now they can't make single play games, you're not just talking about lay the groundwork and submit another team. No. You're talking about a whole dedicated studio on the size of Naughty Dog to take over. Now here's the thing. If Naughty Dog is not the ones taking care of the game, then you probably wouldn't like it because they will mess it up because it's not Naughty Dog taking care of the game, nurturing the game, developing the game, and keep it going. So I don't understand why people say, oh, you could have another team. Who? Who would be the other team? And why would you want another team to take on Factions 2? It would most likely suck because you have a completely different team trying to make the game or keep up the game. And now you're talking about a studio the size of Naughty Dog. So that means you want Sony to buy or build and pay money for an entirely new studio that's not under the pedigree of Naughty Dog because you just want Factions out. And it would most likely flop in the hands of another studio. That's not how it works. You have to listen to what they're telling you. Naughty Dog is telling you that to get Factions 2 out, the whole entire studio would have to be dedicated to the game and no more like Intergalactic. Scratch that off the table. We wouldn't be getting Intergalactic Heretic Prophecy. There'll be no The Last of Us 3. There'll be no new IPs. It would just be Factions 2 here on out. They would be literally a live service studio. So to simply say, oh, they could just launched it and putting another team. No, you're talking about a whole new development studio taking it over. And that whole new development studio is not Naughty Dog. So what game would you actually get with Factions 2? Chances are it will flop.
And on the pedestal,
you know, unless Naughty Dog nurtures it and takes care of it itself, it would have ended up flopping. And in the end, you would have had a game launch, and then everybody would just be making fun of it. Saying, oh, this game sucks, they should never released it. I personally think Naughty Dog made the right choice. They stuck to who they are. Factions 2 is just one game, and that's it. It's not being made. I'm not mad at it. It's just one game, and guess what? People gotta get over it. Get over it. It's done. You're not getting Factions 2. It's 2025, buddy. Move on. You're never gonna get it. Enjoy the single player life from Naughty Dog. I am. Intergalactic. And they have 2 projects. Intergalactic is officially announced. So enjoy Intergalactic. But Factions, deal with it. It's
You
dead.
recognize this
It's over. The decision's done. You're not getting it. There's no point in still crying about it in 2025. Let go of those emotions. I'm just saying, people still bringing up Factions 2. Deal with it. It's not coming out. Naughty Dog already told you why they said no. And they're moving on with single-player games. Which makes me happy as a single-player game. Because I love Naughty Dog's single-player games. And I'm going to get more of it. We're all going to get more of it. Now, for those that are hardcore... for those that are hardcore multiplayers and they want the Factions 2, you're not getting it. The decision's done. So you might as well move on. I don't see the point in dwelling on it. I honestly don't see the point in dwelling on it. Let's see. They said 4K streams is good. Is it really good? Let me see something. Let's see. Where's it at? Where's it at? Is it over here? Let me look here. Let me look here. Let's see this. Okay. Hold on. Let me get this out the way. So they have like a cinematic short right here. This is the 4K cinematic short. This is what we just saw. We're not getting Factions. Factions is done. You know? Chucknet, you asking where's Factions? I'm asking where's the Xbox exclusives? Oh, wait. It's done. You gotta get past that. Y'all not getting Factions. Y'all just lingering emotionally disturbed. Y'all just emotionally hurt. Oh, yeah, we already saw this. All right. So this is the 4K stream. What I think of Marathon, I'm just gonna say, yeah, I'm good. I don't see me trying to tiptoe into this. I think I'm alright. I think I'm alright. Well, Ghost of Yotai's coming out this year.
I met a traveler from an antique land who said, two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that it sought to well those passions red which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, lifeless. And the heart that fed.
We already seen this right here. I'll just wait. What's right here? Boom. We'll leave it at that. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Right here. So that's the stream. So what do you guys think? I don't think they mentioned the price so far. So, Darren Scott, only games I'm buying this year. So yeah, GTA 6 if it comes out this year. Metal Gear Solid 3 remake is definitely a game again this year. Ghost of Yotai, Lost Solo Sai. That's 4 games already. I want to play that clip from Happy Go Board. I award you no points and may God have mercy on your soul. Let me put it this way: the success of Marathon is not gonna be right on me. So I'm sure the Bungie audience, the Bungie fan base is huge. They built a huge reputation with obviously Halo, Destiny. They have a huge reputation. So I think a lot of gamers will give this game a chance. I think in the beginning it's gonna sell good, and people are gonna go out and buy it. People are gonna give it a try. So I don't think this game will have an issue with having lots of gamers buying the game and giving it a try. I don't think that's an issue. I don't think that's the issue at all. The launch, and the initial attempt of people trying to jump on the game, I don't think this game's gonna have an issue with that. The only issue, if this does have an issue, is the long-term sustainment of the game. That's where the question just comes in. You know. That's pretty much it. That's really the conversation. Launch, I think, is gonna be successful. I think it's gonna have a great launch, meaning, and what I mean by great launch is people buying it. I think there's gonna be a lot of people buying it. I think there's a lot of excitement from the Bungie community, and it's a day one. It's pre-orders. You're gonna get all that, but once people start playing the game, and 1 week goes by, 2 weeks go by, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. That's, to me, I like to call the first 8 weeks is the danger zone for any live service game and stuff like that, you know, and that's when you'll know if Bungie has a long-term sustaining hit or if there's a problem. You know what I mean? So that's really it. But the launch, I think it'll be fine because Bungie has a huge reputation. Automatic day one for a lot of people, you know. So it's automatic day one for a lot of people. Again, Bungie has a huge audience, a huge fan base. And this is day one for a lot of people. You know, it's the long term. You know, will Bungie be able to keep them for the long term? That's really what it comes down to. That's really it. All right. You know, so that's the stream, guys. That's the stream. That's it. You know, if you didn't, check out my Friday Night Live I had yesterday. It's a great live, great crew, great conversations. You'll see my playlist in the cards. But I'll see you guys Tuesday. I might also drop a video tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, to talk about the new Zoo PC and console report. But hopefully I have time to read that. If I have time to read that today and go through it and be able to do the video, then hopefully I'll have the video drop tomorrow. Monday the latest. Monday morning the latest. But I would like to have it dropped at least by tomorrow afternoon. But I gotta have time to read the new Zoo. I got a couple of things to do today. But other than that, let's go to the poll. The poll is 54%. Sorry, it needed a 3/4 majority, 75%. So it looks like I won't be playing Marathon day one. Some of y'all knew I wasn't gonna play day one anyway. Y'all know me too well, But hopefully, for those that are willing to try it, I hope it works out the best for you. I really hope Marathon is a hit, because I know some of you, right? The few of you that are really excited for this game, I hope you get what you want. I hope you get the title you deserve, and hopefully Bungie continues with their magic. But with that, I'm out of here, man. It's a great Saturday. Got some things to do, got some games to play. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and you are enjoying your weekend, all right? Anyway, your only friend is YouTube streets, Puertorock77. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out for more content. Watch my content. You'll see the playlist right here on the screen right about now. Just click on it to catch up on the stuff already. And, of course, don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. You guys take care. Peace.